Akuzana penso ya mawachen ama wo akwaba wo hwen wa Adom TV saso tie nka asempa 94.7 FM ene eye June bosom ne de toso edumienu na tse nkakrakra ye koye nimu ano no same da na pedu say ya na yesi nkonya na otwe dwumadie ana penso so ye de bro live from our studios here Kokomlemle 355 Fanofa Street ana edi dwumadie edi fia ye de bro don hwere mienu eda ye nimu no enkoma ehuhia pa ena yede eba beso midin edi Chief Jerry Forson obetimi afremi CJ yebeka ya afi atwa mu match bosome ne de toso edumienu ena yare kodiewo covid ye record the first 2 cases ewo Ghana ha adidi di mu na ye bom pa ye say yare no entre enso da bia no ne recording new cases ha ama say me no kasa na pay according to Ghana Health Service website as at 7th June na nipa 789 and omashiro wo kwa covid yare yi ensa no covid nti na niam tare ano a ye home kura ensiso enso ese ebo ye ho ban na fe yare no eba asa no yare bia ne ano aduro enti na ho akohia se ye pe ano aduro enti internationally enyumaku ahodo bebre ene wo de wo ho jim private pharmaceutical companies say one betimi aye vaccine na etimi ede aboye ho ban adidi di mu ano nyame ncha de vaccine no edi bai ema afia ye wura mu yai February mutum ne de toso eduonu 9 24th of February ena Ghana yen saka the first consignment of 600,000 vaccines AstraZeneca ena yen sa edi kan ekaye eno ensuya ba bia wo hwe nipadom a wo man mu a edina esa aban no ankasa esi adwaman so na fe okokope vaccines no ebi eto edi bebo ye ho eban edidi di mo ano yatete se aban no akwakonya Sputnik V every Russia na eho enkratasem ana eho adwadie mu semsem no ana akoye hu men ne ye kasai dompo am wo mrahye bejafie raise issues se se yanhwe ni a will be at the 6 ebedane 9 aban no episode chinchim Ghana for nsa agisika bi ede ehye ne botem. Now let's go back na fe yen share a little bit of history a fasal vaccine ho kwan fa so bai ene baby a vaccine ho anamonto no akwa akoduro yaba na fe yedokomototwe no ato awoso.
Russia was the first country to officially register a coronavirus vaccine in August. The vaccine has been named as Sputnik V. It was developed by Russia's Gamaleya Research Institute and registered by the Ministry of Health of Russia. Hyderabad-based Dr. Reddy's Laboratories announced that it had signed an agreement with the Russian Direct Investment Fund. Dr. Reddy's plans to conduct large human trials of this vaccine. If these trials turn successful, Russia has committed to supplying 100 million doses to India. On September 4, a research paper on the results of Phase 1 and Phase 2 clinical trials of the vaccine was published in The Lancet. It showed that there were no serious adverse effects and a stable immune response in 100% of the participants. More than 55,000 volunteers had applied to take part in these trials. Sputnik V is being developed as a 2-dose vaccine using 2 human recombinant adenovirus vectors. These vectors are known to cause respiratory infections and have been modified to not replicate in the body. The inactivated vectors are tweaked to carry the S gene that encodes the spike protein of the coronavirus. The hope is that these vectors will inveigle themselves into a smaller number of the body's cells and trick the body into registering the coronavirus spike protein. It will then activate the immune system into producing specialized T cells that can neutralize the affected cells. Once this happens, the immune system is expected to produce antibodies as well as memory B cells. This can produce the right offensive cells when needed to neutralize future SARS-CoV-2 infections the body may encounter. In September, Russia said it had begun testing the vaccine among 40,000 volunteers as part of its phase 3 trials. But the most controversial aspect of Sputnik V is that it had already been pre-approved even before the results of phase 3 trial. Russia, however, claims that the vaccine candidate will reinvigorate vaccine development and act as a potential solution to the coronavirus pandemic.
Right, it's I'm not quite baby. Sputnik V vaccine no, and you can share home mfonini kakra. Na yɛbɛgye bɛn afei yɛakyerɛkyerɛ mu nea yɛhwɛeɛ no na afei nneɛnti anapɛ yɛsi nkonya ankasa ɛyɛ ɛboɔ a yɛde kwakɔtɔ Sputnik V vaccine yɛbɛka yɛ Nnawotwi Yi ma Adom kuma mo mmarahyɛ badwafie raising issues sɛ adwaman so per dose mekyerɛ Sputnik vaccine no baako pɛ yɛtɔn no $10 mekyerɛ America sika no edu ɛnso so ɛsan sɛ middleman bi aba mu hɔ baabi nti Ghana for yɛkwakɔtɔ no $19 na sɛ $9 ɛna ababeto so ɛno no nkyɛmu bae sɛ Sputnik adwumayɛkuo a ɛwɔ Russia no wɔn ne aban ɛndi nsawosoɔ direct ɛnti wɔn bɛhia sɛ wɔn private company a wɔn de aduro no bɛsi no so ansa na ɔno nso so abɛtɔn de ama ɔman no ɛno nkyɛmu naba anapɛkura nso so yɛhunu document bi a ɛkyɛ amendment of the pricing of the Sputnik vaccine. Na kyese ene no ka $19 na kwakoto no eswate ma aba $18.5 out of $26 a sisi e wo mo kyese e ton no wo adwaman so ye bisa sa na mo ya ye tuyi sa bre ya covid de ahokyere abai nsusuaso e ba benya e wo oman no eso ana so obi wa aban mu ana obi wo kyefa bi wo sa sika yi mu enu nti na bo no akwakoy bibia wo ho no anapai yebetena se na afei me ne abedafo atwetwe enkomo join me ewo Facebook Adom TV ewo Facebook na afei Asempa 94.7 FM and so ewo Facebook na for comment to ebeje be na afei ya kenkan the amount the chairperson on the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health Dr. Nnawotwi Yi edi nkyeremu wei ebaye yankohwe na afei beba me mama abedafo akwaba.
A statement and it's premised on the work being done by journalists in Norway. The emphasis was on the Sputnik vaccine, a certain Farouk Oman that they've kept their eyes on, who is behind a vaccine introduction in this country. Yes. First of all, I wish to put on record that the Ministry of Health's position on the acquisition of vaccines is an open door policy, especially after the country that where the major suppliers, that's India, for the past week has been hit hard by the harsh effects of the pandemic. So it has distorted the delivery schedule of COVAX. And because of that, delivery schedules that were meant to be somewhere April was delayed, and I'm sure June's own too will be delayed as far as the AstraZeneca is concerned. And because of that, they decided to allow for other persons to bring other vaccines. Vaccines which can be stored under conditions and you can also use it in this country. And storage facilities currently can be available for those that has been approved by the FDA. And that is AstraZeneca and the Sputnik 5. It is not true that only one company has the mandate to bring Sputnik 5 in the country. As we speak, there are about 7 companies. And in total, the companies who are supposed to bring vaccines in this country are about 50 and over. And the records are there at the ministry for you to go and cross-check. And so when you state in a press conference that The one who is bringing the vaccine is Norwegian, a criminal, and then it is made for people to consume or to believe. It was made to believe that the price had been inflated for whatever gains that it is. Our understanding is that RDIF, which is the Russian Development Investment Fund, which sees to transactions for acquisition of Sputnik, gives it at the factory price of $10 or 9.90. And then you would have to go through clearance FOB, that's fleet on board. So it's up to you on how you will get it to your country. Now, unlike the AstraZeneca, which is more of the government-to-government system, the Russians use more of middlemen or third parties to be able to do transactions. So what the ministries or governments do is to express interest or give you letters of authorization. And then you go ahead to strike a deal with them. So as far as it is, about 7 companies have letters and various prices ranging between $12 to $19. So if the impression is created as if it is one company and it is created as if it is 19, the other question then is that what happens to the other people who quoted 12, those who quoted lower than $19, and who for some reason all of them have not been able to deliver.
The newspaper VG reported that Ghana is buying Sputnik vaccines that cost $10 per dose at $19 per dose. The paper also alleged one of the intermediaries negotiating the deal is wanted by Norwegian police for alleged financial crimes. The lead investigator at VG newspaper, Marcus Tobiasen, says numbers again put out by the government on the procurement do not add up. Ranking member on Parliament's Health Committee, Kwabena Mensah Akando, also alleged that some government officials are trying to profit from the COVID-19 pandemic. He therefore disclosed that he will summon the health minister to Parliament over the revelation in the Norwegian press. However, the chairman for the Health Committee, Dr. Ayew Efriye, denies any wrongdoing. He urged the critics to approach the Ministry of Health for the appropriate figures as the ones currently in public domain, as reported by the media.
Like Akando is calling for a probe, and I'm saying that there is no need, because it was grounded on the fact that one company is in the space to bring Sputnik, and it's not one company. So I want my colleague to upgrade his information, and he has all the powers to bring the Minister of Health to Parliament to ask how many companies are in the Sputnik space. Then you see that it's not one. You understand? Then where is the essence of the bipartisan stuff? There's no need. How many companies? Now, what prices are they quoting? Now, is there one that quoted 19? Yes. Did you give him agreement? Yes. So what? Has he delivered? No. Is there a breach? Yes. Are you going to terminate? I mean, so we are making progress to the health of the people. That is why he has all the powers. And as soon as he says we should do it, we will definitely call for all this. And I don't think that there's anything shameful about this. It is okay.
Right, in Chemwa, if free that was based on a question Honorable Kwabena Mensah Akando already na fe o say enka openia o hwe apomudin asoe no so no omra na shebejafie na omra mechirim eboa eda Sputnik vaccine no eso ene eboa aban no ekwakoto ede aboa man mu no osusu se e wo soro dodo ansha na obi pese wogi scan bi egu ni botom but na pay aboa homoden se yensa beka mpanifo omo Ministry of Health nanka omabama yenchemu kakra on kwan a omo fa so kra eto sa vaccines any ebo no changes are abemu no ye boy homode yensa kan oma ye de sanche mu ba but na me suru na fe me ma me da for akwaba answer na ma me ntwa me ho me ba already seated Honorable Isaac J. Mensah or ye member of Parliament for Wasa East onukoya so a former deputy minister roads and highways wasan so nimde pa about the public policy or ye expert we matrasede da ye hwe animu say Honorable Benjamin Kofi Aye or ye former member of Parliament for Upper Dintra West and so ba be kan ye ho na fe ye de gobotwetwe no ye de ahihye so immediately Chief Jerry Forson ye ba Ema kwa baby na Nnawotwi dwumadi na uguso a wo share live on Adom TV sanso tie nka wasempa 94.7 FM. Come through with your WhatsApp messages na fe yanjibre na yankenkan emfa ema. Honorable Anzika Jemensa atna se the da yehwe ne mu se na medika kan no se Honorable Benjamin Kufiaye enso so eba be kan ho na fe ya twetwe enkomo. Honorable Jemensa akwaba.
Yeah.
Ibi aboko de. Asa yeshi ache kakra.
Papa. Zena fi nsi asase, ye second quarter. Enti no movement nimpa. Ye ku enim no, me hu ye ho.
Constituency boko.
Enya do boko pa. Boko kra wasasi de boko. Abaya tu so hu nsi meko so. Wasasi fo enya badaye atuaba no. E de ma James amte he atuaba no ba NDC. So so yemi bi mpon sida. Asa wo position mu a o MP butumi de do sa. Ndi wasasi de boko kra. Boko na say a shot the shot yam
o say na wuchi anti we introduction
bi na fi ndi me ko kwenje su me sia wasasi fo o aye me peso so fo me kan wasasi fo sentin say omo no mama kwenja mama ba hasese me ne mahemfo mpemfo hina titi me party fo mpemfo ne party elders na fe yem ran NDC party me president mama ne busua me chia won pe na party NDC party mpemfo chairman of some before yankasi general secretary ni mpemfo ni ade hina mpemfo bi woso se mbo di mba ha che unse mba che kakra mchire opin to bi kwachi omo ni mpemfo a omo chese edi omo chi a omo tentenen kakra opin ankrato pa kwesi mchire kwesi ahoye ato ahoye kwam na ahoye
okay
na nadi mefasa kwanje michia ankrato no ahoye no na me man ni trinkwa sendisi ya me di mfie ba ko aka ne fie
oh I see
Jankrato.
I see.
Ankrato wankasa
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yami inshallah papa. Yami entu nkwan. Nti no mi che man fu na wi a na ma baba che mi ankasa mi nua okumase friend Dr. Pampana. Ono no oye omo doctor oye sin. Ine no hasa. Nti no Pampana unua na mi maba ha mi che we. Yami sha mi nkan. Ono me busu afo hina. Nti mi ba ha che ntem yesa na o me. No yami sha. So am sa kwanje yi.
Medase.
Mi che so.
Medase. Honorable Jemensa, mo how pa ne sen. Yade a biase nyina ye ku na aban etimi ehunu sa wo pepa no. Se wo kope anu aduru abebo ye nyina ye ho ban. Na mo so mo ase mo to mo how ne sen. Honorable.
Ona ya how ne sen. Ya ne how NDC minority in parliament. NDC ku ya how ya how. Because you are dealing with health. Ni papo mu den ho sam na anya apomdum kakempo. Yare aba yare kodu ewu ni a ye friend covid a oni papa oni meba otumi ka obi a okuni fo bibiri aka ba bi a o mawuo nje ha bia no ye na say yetimem ha na yin say na o can statistics dom do o mawuo
yes
na o hwe wiase fa na hina so o hwe record aba about 171 million over no mawuo o covid ho na Ghana so ya ka bibiri memu a ye ninim die no a wiase hina dia tum sa yebetumi ahwe ya nti ya yitie amanone ku World Health Organization omo afutu a omo beba awasa nsami ho sa obeka ya say Madagascar so covid bae omo nyan ho aduru abafudu ko ha de ba omo njanto nti na yasa so wo omo so conspiracy theories say duro biara onum bia obewu ebi mpo de abesese say wo bia ya bo panani bia no in 2 years ubewu.
But of course, once drobia was side effects. Even Sputnik equal, it has some minor side effects. We can't definitely use that as
exactly.
As
but what I'm saying say exactly. I have the Ankrofo team ensin. Ebi no worry. Obi mpo na chance say what the bempo onwo. Nti no say we ya ban a. Aye what said say obi make sure aba na say because if you ask for anything say na mo ye. Wo so bo say wo manfo no. Wo bo hwe na obo ho ban. Yare no entumi enka woni nku yenim ye makoso Ghana ha efa sa covid ba hyase tisensam bibre na covid nankasa won no protocol ho fe menchia wonua ti say hwe nyem say ya no ne ade nti ade ehu musina wo master statistics say over 780 something thousand crofo ewu for sa yare mu enja yi wan crofo na america na etu osoro no na akofo but still ano aka crofo crofo ewu but yamra the main issue ho a we can say friends how no say ne how gonna have
okay on once na obekọ how no so no let me take this advantage na me educate you nyina ho kakra we mention the side effects but let's also look at the advantages a war Sputnik. In fact, the world over, and I want to read this in English. Efficacy of Sputnik V is 97.6% based on analysis of data on the coronavirus infection rate among those in Russia vaccinated with both components of Sputnik V from December 5, 2020 to March 31, 2021. The Sputnik V vaccine is based on a proven and well-studied platform of human adenoviral vectors, which cause the common cold and have been around for thousands of years. Sputnik V uses 2 different vectors for the 2 shots in a course of vaccination, providing immunity with a longer duration than vaccines using the same delivery mechanism for both shots. The safety, efficacy, and lack of negative long-term effects of the adenoviral vaccines have been proven by more than 250 clinical studies over 2 decades. There are no strong allergic reactions caused by Sputnik. So this is just by way of education. Let's just say Sputnik, over 250 clinical trials.
Yani trouble biao. Sputnik dey also Russia me personally. Russia for the bia no me adin chem say papa because mo hwem yi. Russia for no say those times Soviet the doctors some call ba na adin na no. Omo edi twem. Na dey wo say ni say still I want for bi ma dwunum. Say COVID ni po say COVID ni eboa. Still am po no obi mpo say odeba onwo. Na se says we into more microphone na 600,000 AstraZeneca dey odeba yi. Enso hina. Na me keka hina dem na mpasa me chene say aban no a se ka aban a aban wo hwa se obi ayi aban but aban a omo so omo hwe so say MPP aban na akufo na aban. Owo enhye so obi make sure say say the man no ni bebi bi obi ahwe ne dom e wo yare hu no onso ben ne de. Nti me sha no the first issue about 600,000 AstraZeneca. Aba ayawa asa say the be e ka ho. Ebi no yam second shot. Ebi mpo nya bi kra. Ko nkrase na de bi nya bi. Ena say abasa Sputnik am meditum say papa ne results e odi ba. Papa say ya di bi ba. Ebe na free say etua. De ebedi kan aban no be hu. Ene say ana eduru am de bay price important say bem kra. Because anya sabe condom ana say APC na kwakoto. Wo kwakoto vaccine a ye de boy we nkrofo omu yare no e de enka won no mu ayin hu asem. First of all, so we make sure say eduru we ye kwakoto yi e papa e ye dura ye nkrofo no so mu a e be bo won important. And what you say it's just speaking the then e papa we are no make sure say company no mo produce no because e be a mine mu no anya aban no na ehwe ya the private companies bi a omo ya aban hwe omo so mo mo ye nti so omo se company we na aban age na tum oye ne nneoma hina pepepe na asefo ne ade a that is better the see who say Sputnik na ye me ti say omo say government policy no say friends say open door policy hey it no COVID vaccine we open door policy yet man mu a ye ne ye ho a ye nimdi abafo nimdi a ama na ndis America and Europe na de won ye ni bi you go see didi o machi intino before sa dwumadi aba no aban no make sure say ye man crop for supply your man procurement law there but also make sure say aban na kasa na say mama hu say company we ya ye kana say ono Sputnik no ono ne ampa anyway na ye ne ya hihye make sure say ye put the best standard ever
but say honorable him say with in relation with Sputnik, you know, Russia are appointing RDIF. That so we don't deal with government. As what you say. RDIF near. Okay.
It's about microphone for the bottom line is that a buying in some Russia buying. Let me tell you, Russia buying so what I said say company be our boss abrebia ongu a buying any massy. Such as in terms of the efficacy of the drug, and I say drone na ho den na the papa be because at the end of the day no say according to Russia force the vaccine by.
Okay. RDIF, a Russian Direct Investment Fund, which is Russia's sovereign wealth fund established in 2011 to make equity co-investment primarily in Russia alongside reputable international financial and strategic investment.
In Russia.
And that's ultimately for one any abino and delay direct.
They are telling you say can you imagine to Chrome ha na ese cocoa board. Cocoa board no example na madima we na tie cocoa board. Ye cocoa ni ade hina san cocoa board neto na da kwama no ne. Sa ye o ka Russia ban. Cocoa board ya ban. So Russia mine no e ku amudi on si ho so mo sabra. You know it's the same government. But the opposite chair say also aban making sure say ana edru na ye dey the right in and dia na. So we are saying men na wi na ma private people na den abem what set criteria na dey den wo dey ma but also open no policy obi amra to say kwakoto condom and say kwakoto APC and say yeah that be so the very policy na kasa me am tie I disagree because we a person who say Ghana ban etu hwa na mon and make sure say sa company we ene hia aja tum we na eba ntinu mo am person ye mo mra what set criteria Inti ebia sa open door policy sana person ochre. The other one abem. Uso na make the fake say do na kasa ni papa ya.
Hono dia what can we? They say open door policy na me ase hono menti ase papa.
Open door policy che saying. Say ka open door policy one kasa obetrim. Asa ye jan ba jesre do bia tum baby. And the sense bia me apply na se for. Yet tikro him say.
But I've just stated said there is RDIFR. One money the sole conductor obetimi afem. And Dr. Yi, your face is here. Dr. Yi specifically mentioned it.
Saying,
sir,
I'll be anjiting. I rush a kuai abandoned Nesiho, so almost Abrano.
Okay, maybe the producer saying some could see Dr. Nnawotwi Yi. Now,
he's the chairman of the committee on health.
Absolutely.
Today, the opposite to a catcher. Says I could no Russia. And I'm telling you, society can Russia for their Russia developed country. Russia a developed country.
Yes.
Into no so what you could see where I'm to me. It's for Russia. And nobody can work outside them. Government don't need your hand. Anyone want to see. So what we are saying is that FDR or FDQ, whatever it is, no. I buy any making sure the minister no, or making sure say, you know once I was so say name of course you're correct. Now fair in share only individual companies are more than necessary capacity, mumra. No maba. But what I'm hearing now is say about baby grass you talk on them. And we just uncle for you. Wouldn't say Katasha, I will mean Katasha, or developing economy. But now what had to
initially penti picture and say I have one company. But listening to the okay, 7 companies and they say more on board.
I'm talking about the processes and the policy. Say 20 companies or 30 companies or before back companies in Babemino. And then the Montua na banner tour, or make sure. Say indeed, Sadi Papa and Sani Power is what they buy here. But we are aware. World Health Organization, Amando Duke, friends and boys, Amando Duke, Mewa. Almost in share Abba. Say, Aban Bian who ye. Because you want crophobia catch a suffer do what. Almost a person making money. I was a transaction simu. Into a buying Biara, and catch a buying Bian making sure say only companies in daily if possible. In the case of Russia, I see a Nessa for a daily. They make sure say I'm pat. A drone papa and sana yaman crop for naba but main support is that yanko family no phobia there are a lot of companies who have to be co the drum it is all this is saying now is just a year then you allow these people to go but I'm told say sir initially you that's in the Norwegian company no for there me on being a training so now we for back catch up to say ya and quarry omudi ohuni ombe pepe say sir na woman the back ka ho a o yes I deal ya hwenimpo. So it tells you say, hey, into such media question. Sabana Jai, I opened the policy. Now young Crawford said, Nasa, Obi, my site will be saying, no coswa. That is a first one because I need Panacasano. I are corrupt. No coffee, who has a man, no one can know if we almost a kind of if we $10. No, be need the say $10 income. Personally, I want to be honest with you. Since she's saying, now compare pricing to American native there, Papa. So $30 or $100 or so long as I papa, why is she any year? Mobia ba ebedimu. It
looks but like I feel you are shifting the goalpost. Initially, now bone of contention pay your price, no. But I pay me Musa mo hawanga sanga no. Price and I say, you say I don't are you convinced?
Saying
price, no. As you say,
I'm not convinced. I'm just telling you, sir. Nipa you must be fair and want to establish a fair principle.
Yes.
Magana fu oti who say. And this is a minority in parliament. I am pressing Kutasam Niakan. Dabi, I am pressing Kutasam Niakan. Katas Saba pricing him, but in your mother Brewa, as he be any. I'm telling you, sir, World Health Organization, etc. Because Uncle Fobinum, or me a middle manner, or me we, Nanyama Bonnie, Sikantin on Penu, a man be making sure, say before obekwa deal woni omo deal fortunately you Sputnik foi omo group I dey want to ho omo hwe omo so nti na aba na jam eno one but the aye ba ya aye minority in parliament omo kan wasem no we for no immediately ba pepe na no we je for hey aye ton $10 aye factory you ton $19 I concern say hey ne ton 10 no ba be chim the minister is defending to krom her defending kwa na we and he defends you need middlemen na for Ghanaians must know. So what we are talking about here, it's not just a year to the room.
Okay.
It is a very critical vaccine as something. It is a leader and as a chairman of the board, companies. It is not about companies. It is about a papa ebafaso. Even make sure say edimu. Now mom sumpono ampa say 10 because he says he's desperate. He's lying posted. So no to me because many men eba no for near.
Okay. Honorable
for condemn that.
For Lusimami. Honorable Isaac James and Yatin and Kano, Namiaduma, Honorable Benjamin Kufia, I bet Nasi. Honorable Aquaba.
Yeah.
Bibiabo Kodia.
Nyamiadum.
Well, I'm saying, Namiadum, Yahuye. There, I didn't see that one person over Baniamu Adaho. It was half Sputnik Yuhu. I mean, arrived from Parliament. Looks like, Opasa Muchin and Sabuyachi, a pricing and Namaka say, at a pay crown, Yakot Komonuma. There's a new document, Wahanuma. There's been some amendment in the pricing, and also so different from $10, $19, you know, and also say bedroom. What is really happening, Honorable?
You mean I'm das mechia onu atiefo nyane ahwefo. Ese eja o baboni a da bia oyeden obre anam na oyese nka no pay ke tifie na exercise kakra se ka yo so ja yakowo NDC fu abeto omanmu e bia na omotete se omotete ye ni so na ya because Ghana ye problem pa kese ba ko pa ye NDC oh yes ye how kese pa ba ko ye NDC e bia pe fo se kadoni ntuma nko an ka da bia grasafo te ka mo nko an ka da bia safo na tuntun ye die kire sa na niam papa ehia omanya o se ye bohu dawuro na dimpontuo be konkan na manfo no so bi behu opportunities ban no create e kwa be na e fa so e betumi access some of these opportunities no ye ntumi mbo hu dawuro na dom na mo ye woof ya na che da bia obi adi omachi ye didine sa da on be actual woof be ba no aga no me kra ye hu ye be ka za ya no no NDC for no because I said na okay unhu ni ti unhu ni nine initially they were complaining about pricing look assemble na aba yare aba wiase nyina eye covid ena wiase mpanyimfo no nyina obi kan say mponkokro ehuru eye yina mfuru obi e pekwan a obefa so e de abo ne manfo ho ban o hwe numbers a nipa ewu out there having nyame enyadum ena developed countries ibi etumi e develop vaccines omo develop vaccines no because yare we no ye worldwide need no unfortunately numbers no so omo produce no enye enough etimi no kase sisi ya etia ye kase oba Africa ha mo a unya country bia wa vaccinating nko for more than even 10-20%. Me nka worldwide ya hakakra ya akra Ghana hakra no eduro yi said na menue ken de etumi anya bi a population of 30 million na also yetumi vaccinate yen emu 600,000 or so per maximum I think 700,000 was 800,000 yentumi vaccinate even 1 million kra 600,000 yi din Kenya no kra no second shot na also asako take no yentumi nya ho vaccines ni bi emfa amomu nya ho second shot no enye Ghana nko an some of the amanya ekura omo ankasa sika kura epemro ni bia omo so enya bi now ye be narrow it down to ye die we say originally plan say eka India for no e no mo yare nyem bia na nka mo bebre vaccine ni bi e na fofia nto ata yare no e gye nsem wo omo kurum hom so eti omo decide say no see enia ye kromfo ewu ni de ye mamufo ewu ni de enioma wasen ke sopra kwa side nyina no ye twa so ye de hwe ye fiefo ansa na say de bi bekwa bonte kra ye bi akwa bonte eti na ye me source o si nya bi no eno no a cut off who aban so a odwen ne manfo ho how to save lives in times like this no cost enye the issue. Say if the life of your people ehnya pa na hwe checking records no so be kaya surgeons college of surgeons and something omo doctor panyi bi pa na
yes
Dr. Planjo said me refeeding so okay doctors twetwum twofo pa na yes bibisa ayare bi bomb initial stages no stories about out no say oman in an attempt to save him Sata man no ni bi kra ni ba bia obi a di ni ti pimpim wiase nyina no yet say a drone bi was a Kenya was a here baby no just to go and get a drone back for that papa you to a whole plane presidential plane you to presidential
my first information where now share the number of people vaccinated percentage wise and for instance in the United States of America the number of doses are 307 million. Omanya full vaccination, 142 million. And our population are fully vaccinated, 43.3%. In India, 244 million doses given. Fully vaccinated, 46.3 million. The percentage wise, just 3.4% in India.
Yeah, that is the issue I make was saying. We're talking about a man did the omukura no nyadroni enough and vaccinate omukro. It said I'm going back to Papa because me lay foundation yesterday who said whether say people really care about the life of Ghanaians. We had not see fly the whole presidential plane. See the back up drone back home. You know na jamu ye aeronomics so said the omni plane utu 1 hour bia said the charge. Said you could get on Mudibe Google about it and say, calculate the cost of flying the plane from here in and out. Said you could drove back to try to save the life of one person. So now it's no maybe some who say, what the young fan said, can break class $20 quite in the party they bring. Who converted back Ghana Ghana cedis it's about 100 Ghana cedis or 120 maximum Ghana cedis. And in the beer, Minkabusia for a year. Oma ahwere oma dofo Ghana area by say kunipa be 700 or so about 800 maximum
yeah 789
yes it year
as 7th June
yes sad nipa 789 oma ahwere omo kray and I said that time vaccines ni bi buy and ye ka so abusuafo nkope 120 Ghana cedis emra the betumi save omo lives minia tikasa nkofo yo ba hwere omo 120 Ghana cedis maximum po. And yes, mufamra na drew ye try bit massive audition and out of your life. Kagana ni ben betwitwe no. And yet here we are. Abetra platform ye dey discuss at this price. Now you're not only into splitting the dia abe issue.
Yes.
So that me kan no ye main source ananka ye pay adro ni bi India a cut off. Ena ebi aba ewo Russia. Russia for said okay. Aba na support company no ma o produce sa nyama ni bi. However, aba ni say or establish sa RDIF as an agency and a ton adem. It is a Ghana has say Maslok aba dia. STC aba dia. NIB no mo ene aban dia eti wo kọ NIB kokobọ besia aban na oni ni delay no aban na ma besia dia so establish that financial institution say this is the body be handle these things and that body no he say yes ye there your policy ni either government to government or private open space no. So wo opebi aduro ni biata obetumi aba ye ha no wabetobi. So Ghana ban so ya try government to government no enya adwuma. Ye da ho so gina akono. Ye hia nnuro no so bia ye de be den. Ye de be na ye manfo said ye wo kan even US of all nations 43% and I vaccinated. India akono kra be chi bi no 3% na I vaccinated. Iti amanfo bi kura kura musika o munya nnuro no bi kranto. Iti aban ebo aban pono and sanka bi no. And I say, okay, baby aduro ni bi wo no. There's an issue says say ayi for no o ma open o mo do say individuals bi na so bi a person obetumi atobi no. Obetumi abeto me do men no. Wo mi si bi a person kotobi abetumi akwakoto. Eti aban so ba ha say e na open up. Say okay, ene nuro na ye pebi no yate se bi wa ha. Eti wa wo so fi se obetumi akonya bi na odi abrɛn no. Fa la me hwehwɛ no. Se mo so mu bibia betumi enya duro ni bi atɔ de aba ye besom.
Ano na kofa Sheikh Ahmed Maktoum said then
about 12 or so different groups.
Remember, mananunsi.
About 12 or so different groups.
Na Sheikh ne nkofo
ono so okay ho. Ono ba se metumi nya bi amamo. Ebe koso $19. O mu say Russia company na produce na ade na ade. O say ade international me apart from mikrum ade no. The international in there me turn less than $10. It is a Toyota for Ayomuka Japan. No, I say okay, cost near $20. Ukotobi at the cost South Africa. And now Kotobi na the bag Ghana as Utobi the Japan and I say India naturally price no the same. That's why I say X factory price the $10 no.
Yeah.
Ukota depending on taxes depending on transportation. Cost of transportation, how they call, depending on all kinds of things, no. We do not price assistance. That is why I am a cry call China. We to be caught the same things for us. So mobile, if we do market, I know be a price assistant kakra. Eti, kofo ba see be nya bia mamu. But you better mamu $19. Other companies
diligence via on these people.
Another company buy say you better mamu $12. Another company buy say you better mamu $14. Oh. Yes.
Ya hwehwe wo machire enhunu nipa kora wo moye Sheikh Ahmed Al Maktoum ene ni aid Omar Farouk Zahor ya hwehwe ya nye hwehwe wo ho
yenim kura no ni yenim se sa Sheikh yi ona President Mahama time okofa Ameri diri buy we say him say half on kura Norwegian ayika close bisa it woni Norwegian government so e wo mo manso bia mo twe dem say o mani edi na chipa it looks as if the records are tainted kakra. The fact is that that individual does not necessarily mean that the company has been blacklisted. Otherwise, that company cannot be functioning anywhere worldwide. Let's get that clear. We're not dealing with an individual. Please, let's get this is clear. The fact is that, with the example, in the stream A, yemfa se madwuma niwra boss no okonya aban amanea. Does that mean say multimedia will not function again?
It depends on aban no
exactly. If so when you see multimedia na they cause that mess in Koto. So when you see multimedia na yemfa say what the me use just a streamer or no
say me CEO or the wakodu America ban wakodu dream pa.
Yes, but not multimedia. Please, what?
On that, what can be?
Masa, I have my casa on tolerance.
Let's
So, you draw the difference between an individual and in the company. You will be getting this wrong.
Yes.
Say okay, we see you in a personal capacity. Wakobu yefas America ban afaso. That has nothing to do with multimedia. I don't say you must shut down multimedia. However, if multimedia in this as multimedia as a company, as an entity, and as a could America buying fast dia. Let's say come rakom ni bibia no more before and I say we need to shut down, then that's a different thing. One, you get that clear. The government of Ghana ain't dealing with that person as an individual. That same man now, or boy with a Mary deal, I don't know, so no way for you, the Becca say, hey, Aquano, Ubumo Faso. So, but that aside, say the American. Also, between your 19. Another person supposed to between your 12. Another person supposed to between your 14. I said, at this stage, idiot. Why between your biano? Because, for example, the same Adroya Ibiano. Israel for more than 10 to the crowd. I'm talking about $23. I don't cry government to government. Fact, fact. At the time of Israel, I cotton it. Now, US, Japan, other countries are lining up. I was saying, a tussle, maybe about 4 or 5. Comes no. If price here about $10, we are ready to pay about $20 plus. Now, young jump queue no. Na mo supply. Okodu ni krom no. Media for be beside. Say I then a drunk which me below 10, you know, I got to 23. I say look. Say be be kwakodi line so. Na yare ni hu ya manfo. Na ye be call lock down there. Me share the cost of locking down to the country. Now me they compare cost of a drone say extra price I do to now. It ends up being cheaper. But pay extra. That is why I speak now.
Africa near way.
Yes.
The openness of this whole transaction. Don't you think it gives cause for people?
Again, I'm misleading yourself, your listeners. For example, the fact is that say open door, okay. And just about me, I got a drone. And not just over to me, I got a drone, maybe a binadia buyer near Sumu. No, that's not what we mean by the open door. Source no manufacturer now you are turn.
Okay. Mamene Alaji Nnawotwi Yi, head of legal affairs, Ministry of Health. Mene no to train come briefly. Alaji, you think what you mean? Adom TV sunye mo akwaba.
Yeah, nia.
But what's up? Nyame Adom ye ho ye. Alaji, ma enchiremu kakra. Se aban episode 2 anamon ekoto nduro bia yenka covid nduro nkwa ekoto nduro bi sa free amanone a what are the processes nema ben na afemu ansa na nduro na ba bedu
Nipacho, maybe for the purpose of your discussion mepa o just say meka brofo more than tree because we know good enough.
Feel free.
And number 2, general medicine procurement, procurement directorate, any agencies, they see to that. So, and I agree to grant this interview for the purpose of the vaccine. And so that we focus on vaccine very briefly.
Absolutely. That's fine, Alaji.
Thank you.
Good. Enti mami bisa amaya koto Sputnik V.
Sputnik V so far we have not been lucky enough to get Sputnik V into country but we are still in the process of trying very hard to get it into the country.
Okay. Still in the process, you know, I shall say saying I hear fantasy see our process ni muno yedro. Alaji.
Then say attempts be brave say benya Sputnik direct from limited liability human vaccine. In drafting the contract, I refer to it as HV. HV is not necessarily a company limited liability, only natural Russian manufacturers. Now, also a management organization, RDIF. Now, RDIF, your contact but they have given some limited powers to some companies in Ghana. A company that has the marketing rights in the country in terms of following up on the pharmacovigilance issues. And in our own sex, we live in 2 brands. There were double dose and single dose.
Yes.
So we are dealing with people who have this right. Said we can get it into the country. That's one approach. Another approach is direct from the Russian government. But almost structures are very stringent and very difficult. So getting the medicine in has been one of your challenges. And so almost deliveries will not be immediate. It will be later. And I see a per head immunity. So these are some of the issues I hear with getting the Sputnik V into the country.
Okay, Alhaji, in Ghana, how many of these companies and to deal directly with Russia RDIF? Alhaji.
What we say so far from me exposure me war in respect of Sputnik V,
yes,
meaning 2 companies, and I make I say Bako is dealing in terms of general Sputnik V on registration Now yes I say there's another one that have the light, that is the one dose. Now no is not our biggest issue because that is the relationship between Omo and a manufacturer. Yeah, what concerns us is getting the medicine into the country so that you can head towards your herd immunity.
Okay, but you must say me and mama. So 2 companies, Sheikh Ahmed Maktoum, the company can.
You see, company rights are issues that are delicate. Yes, signing agreement and discussion in Nano as a lawyer. I have bet myself to the fact that disclosure clauses were here. Now, issues of confidentiality, and I am handicapped in things specific who is who, because things can change. So I am sorry, and no, I want to refrain from saying categorically who they are, with all due apology and humility.
Okay, lawyer, and nothing along can you process so that after 4 years for mutie, we can just form, something around it, even though you are not willing to open up on some of the delicate issues. Lawyer.
Yeah, except to say, Pacho say, and yes, say I'm not willing, but I'm not able.
Okay, you are not able.
Because
yes.
Because there are confidentiality clauses. And mommy, because I should be the one standing by to defend people when they go out of the restrictions. But we want to make sure the medicine comes. We are right or we need right or we take that into consideration. But the point is this: medicine coming now we were dealing directly with the manufacturers. RDIF, we are still even in the process of discussion and negotiation. There are clauses like take or pay. Take or pay, you anything about take or pay because it commits the country. And you have to buy minimum quantities. And then you discuss me. And I say respectfully and humbly, it doesn't really matter to us who has rights. Because again, a market agreement between whoever has the right and the manufacturer. Breakthrough that we are looking forward to is said they should allow us to have the medicine in at a good price. We head towards our herd immunity thresholds and at a reasonable price for us. And
okay.
So that's why we are still negotiating with them as to the take or pay clauses and then the quantities that we require.
Okay. Honorable lawyer, sorry. My amendment be with SL Global Limited or yet one of the companies or this vaccine my amendment be on the pricing. Lawyer.
Yeah, yes, we did an amendment.
But what about?
Oh, sister said my laptop in me haunted me kai. But we did it soon after we had the agreement with SL Global.
Okay, so pressure and bam so it's not my amendment no.
Oh, there be opportunity in the president who say we agreed on a certain price and terms. And now it became necessary so we to be negotiated down. And not a one shot and a double shot. Yes. Until we were just lucky that the circumstances gave us an opportunity and I negotiated down. So quickly a amendment in the favor of the government.
Okay, so do we take it say I can say there SL Global Limited and SAR contract no one in same between government and this private entity. Lawyer.
So what's this contract now? And on a little difficult. We are discussing with many, but we have one with SL Global. Yes.
Okay. SL Global and Equator Free RDIF for Now, you so you free SL Global for is that the picture?
You see, the Mikael, no, war between limited liability HV human person, that's HV. And now RDIF also has a role to play in this transaction. And now SL Global war almost relationship with this organization. So yeah, difficult to say because direct to the company, no, we have an opportunity to say SL Global didn't only be brave. What he has here. So in that regard, no, because we know that we can at any point, if God wills, get direct while we start with something, and then we don't go too wide with this opportunity, so that we don't tie ourselves down too much. Anything that take or pay clauses, no, it doesn't allow us to enter into any relationship with anybody. Okay,
but lawyer, with COVAX, sound another process in it here. Was there a middleman and a direct dealing? Lawyer,
COVAX arrangement, you know, a different arrangement. And no, so when you say countries they came together to facilitate that process. Now, in AstraZeneca, no problem. All this will not even be talking about them. But unfortunately, AstraZeneca had a global challenge. And AstraZeneca was then authorized in this country. The next one was the Sputnik V. So our chances were very, very limited. Once AstraZeneca had a problem, so even COVAX was trying to offload to another brand. And the COVAX arrangement, you know, we are still on that one. Commitments that countries are supposed to meet, we are committing ourselves to that. And then when you say, you know, the international body, you know, committed themselves to get the vaccine to us, but the timelines are ahead, not immediate. So as a country managing a situation like this, especially when you want herd immunity, you look at immediate terms and long-term terms. And so, no discussions are on board.
Okay.
By my honorable minister.
Okay.
Really on top of that.
Alaji, finally, before you go, minority raise concerns. I mean, very skeptical. Say, I'm sure now, Muchigana for ADA, looking at the pricing, the honorable minister, so about parliament, now, about so that we can get the clear picture. Can you allay our fears on the issues of minority for a reason? Alaji. Hello? Alaji Yusuf. Well, I'm saying, yeah, sure, no. Alaji Nnawotwi Yusuf, or your head of legal affairs at the Ministry of Health, and I don't know, say, listening to the explanation, Alaji Diama and Sisia. Okay, man, announce na fi.
How long can you talk, Minia?
No. Me man 1 minute na announce. Na fi, babeje. We have your bed on show ba ko ni actually cry we ni. Me pacho.
Because me buy na o kasa more than 30 minutes. I was watching that.
Ana boy, for anusi mami.
Give me the man me kasa 15 minutes out.
Mana Roma, for anusi mami in 1 minute na fi. Yenje response, I mean reactions from Nkoma me ne Alaji Twitchin CCA.
So I will explain most of this. For example, Ghana has a official dealer in Mercedes-Benz, in a Silver Star. Or no, and only Mercedes-Benz Germany, a agreement. However, on no Bahamwa, would be for be able to be a war, no cotton or micro, I am free. So, Dimitri, Russia for years is a deal with, especially at the time. A man in a PBI, Umuyabi, a cuckoo for crab PB, Umuyabi, Omicron Sika crab PB, Umuyabi. Officially, I'm saying, okay, these two companies, any normal, a big deal. Omunanton, Yanyaman. Into other people, so I want network with these two companies, no. Timmy Kunyabi, no, but Tuamawa. What is the big deal?
Okay.
Now, picture no, I be clear. So what? It's not a sole, that company. And one is supplied in the Amay. A Bible time say, source in India. I had no beer cotton at the end because Hoppenny manufacture. Ye trusty being a beer fuel, yen sang can be, and now will be a while or not one in lengths. I'll be to me from that source, genuine vaccines, be what your brain.
Okay.
Who will be a bra? na yen discuss about 3, 4, 5 companies e de omo diaba obi had the price na ba e na you move forward hoping say even this one kra na ye hu dede 19 yensa enka drone even that no kra sent to be kind so what is this
honorable J Mensa Nchirimu Efri, the head of legal affairs, Minister of Health. Your reactions? What are saying?
Mr. Unsa, see you been better. Now you can't among yourself, man. You can't be very critical like this. I am my serious kakra. You dramatizing. So New York has my friend besides why na many back as me. Because me MP, a certain MP, na me naka wansa because the better am wasi a minority already issues for unsa chairman obakasai. Inti no mo say ayi na bam say me mpa obi a obakasa say serial callers for ni because many co programs be brave.
But he's a former member of parliament. I'm
not talking former member of parliament. Say a certain member of parliament because minority raised concern in a chairman swaba. And the chairman he never raised NDC for a problem organization NDC for problems. That is not the issue. We are discussing matters I raise your parliament or I have once in a while. Yeah, NDC can't say.
You allow him to get away with that loose talk, no, yeah. What does he mean by saying that? I talk like a serial caller. Who is this guy for him to be talking loosely like that? You allow him to get away with it?
Let me finish.
This guy, I pointed out to
him. I have not seen before. This is not the first time.
Former member of parliament. So,
4 times I won elections.
Yes.
How many times were you in elections? Stop like that. You allow him to get away with it.
Honorable. Let's maintain some decency.
No, that's an insult. I take an exception to his issue. I would go and apologize.
Take an exception.
He should go and apologize. What does he mean by saying what does that mean? Because if he's a
do you know why? I said it. I want to manage you.
I will leave.
You can leave.
No. And the inequalities in the Krama baby are not better.
No.
I mean it. This guy in the politics, this guy, he can never come wherever.
You know me?
I know you very well. I know you.
I know you.
I know you before you became to politics. And then we'll practice you, but you make us out.
Do you know why I was? Do you know why I was? I was in a corporate world. I was in a corporate world. Who are you?
Honorable this attitude.
Who will draw? I'll repeat, sir. I'll repeat. Let me tell you. I've met this gentleman before. I've met gentleman before. I didn't want to join you.
Are you? I can't say me. And
it's premised on the work being done by journalists in Norway. The emphasis was on the Sputnik vaccine, a certain Farouk Oman that they've kept their eyes on, who is behind a vaccine introduction in this country. Yes. First of all, I wish to put on record that the Ministry of Health's position on the acquisition of vaccines is an open door policy, especially after the country that where the major suppliers, that's India, for the past week has been hit hard by the harsh effects of the pandemic. So it has distorted the delivery schedule of COVAX. And because of that, delivery schedules that were meant to be somewhere April was delayed, and I'm sure June's own too will be delayed as far as the AstraZeneca is concerned. And because of that, they decided to allow for other persons to bring other vaccines. Vaccines which can be stored under conditions and you can also use it in this country. And storage facilities currently can be available for those that has been approved by the FDA. And that is AstraZeneca and the Sputnik 5. It is not true that only one company has the mandate to bring Sputnik 5 in the country. As we speak, there are about 7 companies. And in total, the companies who are supposed to bring vaccines in this country are about 50 and over. And the records are there at the ministry for you to go and cross-check. And so when you state in a press conference that the one who is bringing the vaccine is Norwegian, a criminal, and then it is made for people to consume or to believe. It was made to believe that the price had been inflated for whatever gains that it is. Our understanding is that RDIF, which is the Russian Development Investment Fund, which sees to transactions for acquisition of Sputnik, gives it at the factory price of $10 or 9.90. And then you would have to go through clearance FOB, that's fleet on board. So it's up to you on how you will get it to your country. Now, unlike the AstraZeneca, which is more of the government-to-government system, the Russians use more of middlemen or third parties to be able to do transactions. So what the ministries or governments do is to express interest or give you letters of authorization. And then you go ahead to strike a deal with them. So as far as it is, about 7 companies have letters and various prices ranging between $12 to $19. So if the impression is created as if it is one company, and it is created as if it is 19, the other question then is that what happens to the other people who quoted 12, those who quoted lower than $19, and who for some reason, all of them have not been able to deliver.
The newspaper VG reported that Ghana is buying Sputnik vaccines that cost $10 per dose at $19 per dose. The paper also alleged one of the intermediaries negotiating the deal is wanted by Norwegian police for alleged financial crimes. The lead investigator at VG newspaper, Marcus Tobiasen, says numbers again put out by the government on the procurement do not add up. Ranking member on Parliament's Health Committee, Kwabena Menta Akando, also alleged that some government officials are trying to profit from the COVID-19 pandemic.
Right, Adom TV sune yama akwa baby wote en ka sempa 94.7 FM ma memfa ache pasron kokra emfa ma ahwefo ne atiefo nyina na voice bia kasa bia pie sisi ano yemfa ache pa ma ahwefo nyina emfa na nse bia ye wo ba akwa fa ne ni ba akwa fa ye ne mpanefo menu nyina akasa, and we are speaking to the issues ehuhia menu mienu nyina no ntini afa enim before say aba ye ne wo mo twetwe and community ahwefo ne tifo emfanchen honorable Jimensa the head of legal affairs ekasai odinchemu aba processes the number of companies atesa sisi akwa abai no procure Sputnik V vaccine bia. Do you still have issues with the explanation?
Mama insansu na manu ensi na kasa
yeah
unsa se ba ha na be kasa ko futie yen mu bi no yempanifo apart from say parliament ni ade ifie ni ade yempanifo. And people take it very serious. Mama ya MPP NDC issues. The issue is that Mama condemn and Nana Akufo na ban say no. The issue has been that mra wo kwan say aban tu anamon bi te say Sputnik ni me na say atochwa minority to make wansam. And one of the things you making concern, and I have even added more, say okay, but to go a bit further into getting ourselves involved was our procurement na for and you are saying, say, group one county. I say a factory price at $10. Now, a cup about $20 or 19.5 whatever dollars. It's about 50%. No, be a crazy concern. I won't know who say, you need Papa Kwa, no one touch man. No money idea. Who said the company no, or more provide this income at 19. NDC is not against say a young fa at the made to Ghana for. NDC has always supported this situation of COVID. Into buying 2 animal part. You support to work so your way. Tama crisis in buy. And this has supported, all of us have supported because a catchman naka nunya. So the issue is that the concern you are saying you run over from the goalpost. No. The issue is not say $10. for one. A factory price. Ni bisa say ana $10 ye bo ho mane $20 and that's $19.5 $20 here. A fakwem and that's a fakwem. That is why the minority chairman, minority person of parliament I say ye be ma minister na ba. No about church me kwan na so basa, which is good. And the chairman so aba explain himself, but it doesn't stop to say you be interrogating us. But you come be who say NDC is not against aban nam no muntu also to me adro no bito. I dim nemum pricing say yet say must also poke another year $26.
Yes.
From $10 factory unit to $26.
I don't know your money SL Global. Aya na me bisa large.
Entino, you were men who has wa e kasa. So I was a business culture of science. No, I ain't been bekasa. Until can you imagine say a business your risk concern na then na there $10. Na chi akọ $20, ya 90.5. Genuine question the minister between ba. Na wa ba biya no. Yet here, yes oh yes aso akobio $26. Sa na ma ya kan hina do say e fa mai. But I yet say you buy $18. $18.5.
Yes.
So it is being established from $10 factory price. Now they want to agree on $18.5, which is almost close half. Say, value for money, and I said to say, and nobody's again. You see, on my reference, and other people are making reference. To Israel. Ghana, we are a developing country. See, over 301 billion Ghana cedis a year. It is a Obi Onisika. Why ne ni the answer come do akobum obi beto flowers edi also beto offense ubenku edi adan dey and so wame nti no say obi betuam the car wakoto na board and they have the capacity to pay don't pay obo aka ho Israel from dom do it say but what we are saying is let's get value for money. But you see the other aspect no say who say Norwegian for no say abrantie bi a omo abon wanted the company organized companies so oba beto a year and procurement you know, you need to declare your identity, who government, who say whatever it is. It is a company. We are a director in the company. Now say, who are touching our BEM, whatever near there. They will not deal with you because I'm director be not touching. That is very critical. And it's not a matter say, one company Ghana have multimedia and so forth. When in dealing with international situations, into director. Now you're blacklisting say when your problems be or put you free ho, wanted that. They be skeptical. Company be very smart, very skeptical dealing with you. So what we're saying now, you want to talk about due diligence. Yes. Because also a public servant, also careful. In this country, I'm here who material. Who's a friend of they should say so for $26. Now about $18. Then a basa. And I say, come on, some man. Talk about those are the
questions I wanted
because you have open policy. BIAB. But critical among this, I mean, hear me, and I say, don't let us sit down here as if we are dealing with condoms in APC because vaccines are very critical. So what they say in private person is that, intelligence agencies now do money in the could do level be at the minister a drones problems on one. What am I know? You won't go for every. Meanwhile, World Health Organization, I want to say, money in careful when you are dealing with middlemen. It is a legitimate concern.
But we will deal with middlemen. Now we are sure of the efficacy of the vaccine there. Then you have no cost.
Exactly, you know, sir. World Health Organization makes it been per year drone be. Imagine sir, and Pakona company or a crowd company. Or but talk GB, Papa Nibi. Also, I be the other from just say me any that where I make a minimum say yen security intelligence national security income. How many actually? They have to follow it critically because it is COVID. So what we are saying is apart from say sikasamna ibia nkrofo take the country for granted no aban no so o make sure say open door policy no enye open door as open door because ye ni better no say o decide do system no be frame enya it feeds into the conspiracy theory say drone pono wanye yesu wo 2 years no wu na se for na it's so critical and be discuss here mama yama obi who say it is the country first. Sikana some dey I come some but it is the country first. But as for money we come some when better no na so kwa na eko. It is even possible. So 18.5 you bet to me for the number 4 more say if 26 na by 18 is it not possible say bet come some bio. So these are the issue. So NDC is minority is not against Sputnik. Most of my can say me Russia did everything about Russia manage home power because those times I'm more or less a social democrat. To me need talk because we making sure say correct. Until so beside I don't know NDC minority is not against say better the name pressing
Okay. Honorable mene alaji kasa. Na me pese me push no ana otimi wine yema bi ene suchen. For instance, the roller SL Global Limited. And after bibisa no say shaky the company no kasa companies too na aban no more aidings was so na but you know as a why titled. You see some of these things now the ordinary Ghanaian I know feel say as a buying person the BB ACA honorable
me not sure say or your tight left on this shake issue. Confidentiality, need disclosures issues or say a war agreement or my same not say maybe home our own is unable as a lawyer or I don't want to be end disclosure. So let me yes, because it's a fact. Said this company one of the companies you dealing with. But it's not the only company. Look, again, I'm saying it will be.
Amendment of partnership agreement, document be to that effect. Okay.
But okay. I know said the information they buy from the beginning.
I'm not sure.
Almost first price come or fire. Now I say 26 or thereabout. Through negotiations, names say Kukupi 19. If they Asako 18 or whatever. Negotiation and negotiations. Temana, I was once ranking member, Employment Social Welfare Committee. As a responsible ranking member in opposition, before I be a member out, issues be at more concern. I go to the ministry. Besides, I be a medical minister and her first hand, according information from the minister and I said the deputy minister on. So I do a mintias here. Wait me a briefing as a ranking member now. In information in the way, Nasla may satisfied that her chief directors and other people involved in our ministry now. Put me and say, a question. Put me be some information. The Ubunsi about outside that you didn't calculate all this a nina near convinced. And as a based on data, nothing at the ababonte. So let me tell you. It is a minority today. What does your brother and our pedal now be here or me? Said they now come from the beginning. Initially, no issue was based on the price. Or as if said, your sole source, be near this particular company alone. You have information about out. You open up. That is what I'm saying. I can't say you open up this one. And no chance I will to me ako kwanche baby akoto droni BF baby na dia brain you. Because vaccination has na ye besides obekwa akoto from the source. Even a confirms that we from the source no kra na. Masa wo ba ya mfam ko guga bonte say wo ton. Is that how it is treated? No. Government they receive. Before government class will start no. We have FDA. We check all this to make sure that the right adrenaline and aba, na right adrenaline and ayede. Because adrenaline bet me crab transportation said the way in the storage. Because I was meeting certain temperature near the adrenaline and to bet me the drone bus and meet 100 in the year bet me be do hand na expire. That's passaba. This national bodies would do all this due diligence before ABI be used. So it is only a paint picture as if it's one. I don't know, because I buy no the I'm a company back could be and again price and also what we have fast and all this our bra any of this due diligence. I feel a better bonting so and you are forced to change the goalpost. That is what I mean, say. You know end this phone. Umunjai sa subano. And moi of mankind call. Do your own due diligence first. Now you're convinced. As soon as I be engaged in the media, be engaged.
Okay.
Or you're necessary. Me sure say you're necessary. ka omo move away from say be a price no akose the quality akose the other things.
Okay, but my main tie for some come am ne Alhaji Yusuf to share twitching say wa kan pefe say Sputnik vaccine no ye nyan toy come twitching process no engagement no dey guso a ye ne the companies are almost abede for contract no twitching enti ma adwene nkoye say aban na kukuru sika de akoto vaccine per come as say amene head of legal affairs twitching ye no enya de a aban no akoto Sputnik vaccine no ebi yet onyantoy yeah, and that was just for my viewers. Honorable J Mensa. So now baby as see I be doing bigili say utie nkomo amene openi ni twetwe ye no a any response a free aban hono aba definitely vaccine no dey say yen saka, but at the government level any regular business, you know.
Yeah.
Abra the deputy Rosie say contract be at that level. Is that not the norm?
Exactly. Maminka yen clarify ni yen change go post. You can wasam sa $10 in wasam as a factory price. You know due diligence and the oin. So we be bahwe me. A man say due diligence ya hungry. Omo toy no about $10. And for instance, Slovak also the same price. If you say, and I'm saying, your former socialist state, but no. And so, big to be surprised now. You want to ask yourself, say, are the answers in the intimate to be sir? So these are some of the due diligence now where they put him. It's on record. The Slovak got to $9.9, and Hungary so SR. Into yeah, a bit for
it's about the Slovak, Hungary, at to Ghana.
Now, you can't Israel. No, the Americans say, what I'm saying is, so your country,
yes,
into Omobang, into whatever it is, so transportation as a phone coming out there.
Absolutely.
Will it be, equal about 100% the cost of production? No, because so ubageni no bageni ya. Aden na ubi what ton there, not the factory price. What ton need there about $10. Now what's ubakakoto there $18.20 because you have no basis. Who basis on the almost just $10? No, it's not even $10. Factory could even be less. That's how we do diligence in my year 20. We support Sputnik. We support the best company. It is not a matter of saying this here today. And it's just my minority, I can say. We still stand on the point and say, in the wording, in any case, the question is, are they in tea and a ban engine and one to? Then is your coin. So, given COVID, I've been problems. A ban engine, no make sure say, a drone here taught Abby and Crawford. We are committed say they be proper bedroom and we be sir and go back you my company view then it's going
honorable still no as a due diligence move for sir aban here even after the explanation from Dr. Nnawotwi Yi say as we speak 7 companies will be adding the price and even the explanation and pay Alhaji
exactly that we are saying say at the end will be to me to the country na $10 now we talk we got $26 na che was start so about $18 but so to my artist view now the question I'm saying say adenti na buying engine company saying
say mo akamo be den mo na mo aban ma how would you have gone about this
so said the manager a friend saying say Ebola crisis no president Mahama time manage we will give the same attention say ya breso na ya and this the government will make sure say vaccine no ya kwakoto. One, we will take responsibility. It's a problem, but we take responsibility. Yeah, I'm fine kind of normal procurement. Private but you see, the point is that because for the first time, service in Kamaba, now you're being seen that in Nasafuntino. If you focus on Kama Abrafumpo in Umbra number by a defeatist, I don't know because you are competent people here. You were seen to a man, politics, this in Chewa. It is so bad and developed in America. In the assembly, say one, Yate. Say, you almost $20. Nibon I was wrong. Into the Yabama minister Naba, no be him. The minister Naba say in a open procurement, you say, and then they see them run all men. Constitution say, Abano, Sator, and me about, Onjina, non compare a and Famba. Not the best private people, sir. You'll be
knowing very well that in this case, you can't deal government to government.
No, very
the
well
more
saying.
Reason why.
No, very well saying. Who told you, sir, you can't deal government to government? Who told you? What bank? What health organization? I'm saying countries, leaders must make sure so they deal with the manufacturers to ensure so one, a doing the bano, a papa two, a mammy man for no, I mean screening.
I mean, in this case, the
Because
Russian I read what RDIF is about. In this case, the Russian government is clear
saying
that RDIF is designated to be in charge of sales of.
And then the sequence abandon Sanko from Bidili. Then the sequence, say abandon. Then the sequence abandon because say Russia for no, he's not going to deal with president. Then the sequence abandon the institution agency was saying yen won't be dealing. Nothing stops us because one gets on to produce the be. Until then, you know, and then party and again I buy 1 2 minutes but then delete direct. But
now there's shortage situation. There's a shortage situation. Good. Until now, the only resort is to look for a middleman through to deal with.
What show that the road resort? Tell me. One man may be functional.
No.
And then they see crime. So somebody is telling us whatever. Then they see crime. So Abano will have to deal with Sputnik emergency. Then they see crime. What stops us from doing that? Given the situation, say COVID no very critical and the vaccine is very critical. Answer my question. And then run home menu. Okay. Then I say Abano say on to me this agency.
What stops the government from doing?
This is what I'm saying, say. And this form when you due diligence. So, but now, as a sitting member of parliament, now names a government to government negotiation. Now, question, ABI supplies. No, I think the earliest ABI being 2022. Now we are concerned about it. No, yet to me train up to 2022. For the time being, is there any other source? So immediately, no, you're subject to Kebiana. Because they are all statistics from the beginning. Even the USA, 43%. India, 3%. No more to me, and you have don't go for. It's shortage is all over. You don't just look at one way. No more all other avenues. About me, a drone be genuine ones. Now they have a uncle for Yari. Who beside the question, Mr. Oman Combede, he was talking about Ebola, my friend, on record. Ebola was not in Ghana. Ebola was not in Ghana. The meeting for a treaty a man for Sierra Leone, Liberia, and now almost established almost center, base, ever had to send their things there. Common cholera, and who drew, who called Mammy as Antoa, draws or crabbing who drew Biato. Under their watch, 200 plus people died in Accra here. Common cholera, they couldn't manage it. Common cholera. Who drew a busu baby and keke. Under their work, they couldn't manage it. And over 200 people had to die. Tibisahu. Yes, Yaria Boko Cosechi, but it's 3 years. So, kind of born one. Cholera who drew a crown. We have how many power over 200. You will Ghana. Under your watch. And then Kayaria, I bet we are seeing a titrim penny for near the crown epibia. A penny, Pumasi Blomunian. One man comedy.
Okay. So, major response if you why you are not going the way that Honorable J mentioned.
Because besides government to government efforts, or my foreign affairs minister and others in our explain. No timelines. And then my Israel for to me need lines, you know. Jump kill no, pay more. You talk about obedience $10. Don't be first in Crown, it was free. And I'm countries being be free. It is the issue, no. I the whole CCR. Nipa no turn adie no. I said no. Me turn through these bodies. It will pay go through them.
Also, say change na no government to
government to government. Na say you benya bia 2022. For the time being, no. I said the water adie should be through the middlemen.
Okay.
Go to them. It is if the government no contacted these people and ask them for say yes. You bet me deal with these people, no? Yeah, one of their agents, you bet me deal with them. Now, so when you're doing it, that's
right. That's
it. Young Mamma Fanto, man, clear. It is never true. Say NDC, Yabriso, Corolla, into man. You know, the records no, go there and find out. Ebio, say Yakasa, we managed Ebola. President Mama was the chairman of ECOWAS. na say but to the extent say devotees say a station and embra that preparedness na quick can idea no exercise say bibi boni bi si a yanga sinsi e be manage ni but what we are saying is that the Americans say then I'm not talking about government to government maka government to government so I've not said government to government.
No, who say this Sputnik company no ebe delay.
And you know, it is not government to government. Said 2022.
But how easy is that going to be?
Mama, you fire you go any. Minya, me into form. So we. So about opportunity, but no take advantage of that. The issue is it's so critical. Apart from the we are also concerned. Say, so private individuals no bano. And ya dream me a concern. Say, into me say, don't buy something else. Middleman. You be say, day in a sequine. Into almost want to be just say, oh. Sputnik for say, yen to me, ni direct. Name a different person. We as a people can deal with that agency direct, so that one will be sure. Say, do no ebano, papa, do no ebano, emfa a ibi na demba. Na price no so ya fina can ye. Into no taking it on the normal procurement, you know, imagine what me say, given that situation, given the conditions, say, a COVID critical, then you see a man of say abani agency if it is Ministry of Health and so whatever omon sa agency no and deal direct wouldn't say to chrome how I vashi by I bit say Nnawotwi you know say you recognize it say Nnawotwi for ntantamna omo hwe ebo na se for ne ade nti abani to me face you say some organization ya jatum and as a Ministry of Health and as a Ministry of Health Services mo ne sa Sputnik agency no and as agency na world Russia and deal. What sort of from doing that? Now, what about to public? No, be about I didn't say, Medju 26, or that be mean to me, about 19, then basa. It means it is possible, say, even from 10, you bet me who be. So that is the point. And my question now is again, Adentina Bano, on to an agency, on needs a Russian agency in India. Now, but going to the marketer, at the better way. Now, first of all, company be a Chima Atomo. Obi anim say sa company opening no mu no why be endi mu ne ade no still a dey risky na yakọ obi apẹ we need it we make sure say Ghana for ade bia dis ka beto ye ho beto yen no ye be and it has to be done yen against sa but quite a fast no won create opportunity no marketers say because they know them say we take advantage no yen no be yen enfata so we think that we will call the minister to parliament obeba such as Indino, we are former member of parliament. But we are talking about sitting member of parliament. Into sitting members of parliament, we are saying, say, we will bring the minister to parliament. No more him, and among the questions being came says, I didn't and I buy no Nankasawan agency, money, agency or regional in Delhi, so that you get value for money. And as I should say, we be or this Kebatus, we don't see some of these things.
Okay, just a few of your WhatsApp comments. Now, you try your bar. Now, you're calling Renard B. Bemo say, did I hear this MPP man say the MPP gave birth to NDC? There be can't be biasa and I pay now Renard comment no or the Bakuba or not Asanso the Abebu na say be on who say these MPP men see how he's suffering with the simple question. Indeed, these people wanted to steal our monies. I'm sure this time again they have been misled. Even thieves when they are caught red-handed, they say it's their first time. Or they buy, I don't know. I mean, coming from an affair, so you buy, you bet was. Right, I'm going to now treat you my dear Esuni, Oti and Adom TV, so Asempa 94.7 FM. Now, Leandro, say maybe a phone lines, but answer no. Medjim penny for no final words na fe okay ma me phone lines no answer ma me phone lines no na fe yanja frɛ phone so adwen na fe bi wi a na se me penny for no ɛne ɔmo awie 0302211701 0302211702 211703 and 211704 actually come on bebre enchemu every Ministry of Health legal department and so Abba. Wadrinche 030221170124. Now what the Wadrinche or the Abba. Walanyo wo Akwetia also which country has their vaccines at $10? Minority NDC is being a nuisance and a talkative. How possible will it happen to have such amount on vaccines? Walanyo ewo akwetia ena ode eno amaye ewo Facebook ena we so say these MPPs are becoming annoying. You are stealing from Ghanaians and you don't want us to talk about it. This was not what J.A. Kufuor did. Make the party MPP attractive to Ghanaians. And also Hamza Jr., the maestro. And so there. But I'm going to Kumasi na film for the kind. Akwesi we afi wo Kumasi. Kwesi akwaba.
Yeah. Metia bedafo ni ya.
Abedafo jo so kwesi enti o.
Obi ahun ya de.
Adom ya ho ye pa.
E da radio ase. Me fi se man no ye pene kanko and ye pene yi so. Nti me fi se ye betrase. Ni e pense mi omo mu se ya. Ye me hu se si ase me fi se ade ye $10. Na ye be kwa ko $19 a. Middleman den. Ada na government ya hu tire ne wo ha Ghana. E wo aye Ghana. I would tell you, you may be what can be a railway, you know. As you shall quite the first be speech, Aquania. A young Omokasano. Yen MPP, NDC, both Yemia. Yen ma facts and no so. Near politicization is too much now. Because Obi Kokata, the over started, which we say, or buy a party or defend it. But in the credit that one, Mumbin and Ka, Minya, I, Messano. Around 20 issues no matter kakra. I tell public MPP or that and this for more than in someone else or Basham. Some Sana Kasa. Because you have a debut and then at you show a but your other high issue.
I say, Mammy Frikumas and call Bequai. Alaji Salifu Bequai. Alaji Salam Ali.
Walaikum salam and Nnawotwi Yi.
Adom Yenti Alaji.
Yeah, me and say margin kakran chani and say and say MP Babaya would do a man with so my your margin said Pia Umudu connections Abako. Sagana MPP sa a social and young coupon the so Ghana share the same young coupon say when ye film. Adi bia MPP din the sako kabia sa connection ni ma adi no wanye ubon say MPP no hu pre so kokoya dia na connection aba yare aba awo man ama yin nyina ye bompa ye say yare ni bako she last week adi see as a present una utra say sabi yare aba ubia embo no ho ban ma asorfo ko ma we say ko na wa wo party die muko ye yia hwinoma muko ye den muko ye sabi so why you want say ya ye we die mu di pesika una to say bibi ba connection ma ya ban ya ni when yen film
Mrasi Alaji ma membra kaswa na fe mene Abdul so ntwetwe komo Abdul. Hello Abdul. Abdul Dumu TV no Dum TV my mentor so na okay my main kind we say good morning CJ. I think that the government should come clean on this issue of the Sputnik vaccine because Ghanaians are wide awake. I say a friend of Adjoa Benewa or sharing live. Ewo also Brekum. Okay. Adjoa yane obi wa ban mu akasa sisi a waka ni pefe se aban no entu anamum bia in fact aban no nkoto vaccine bia yane Alhaji Noah Yusufa or head of legal affairs our Ministry of Health atwetwem command pay wa chirem pefe se nyade aban no ekukuru sika bia akoto vaccine bi asas yet na emom no nkomatwetwe ne gu so a ekoso na company a was sefata ne ebo a aban no betumi no yetimi akoto vaccine no na yede aba Martin obe Brekum Martin akwaba.
Yeah, Major so.
Okay, Martin Brekum bako de.
Yeah, me Adom.
Martin yenti o.
Better me bisa Mr. Honorable Aye. Say Minister, Finance Minister say vaccine now ye krano. Ye dikan atua ho sika ne bi. Ne tape na nsan ya ne na mabontena ye tie. O si ye dikan atua ho sika ne bi. But ono so any communicators na ba ne nyina no so mo ka say ye ntua sika dia. I didn't hear.
Okay. Because you can't delay with COVAX. Intimately say and no na wo kan wasem there no India and then one short to inti hunu nsunsun ya dam you know entem ansa na bia wa pass comment bia na wa bisa asem bia efa ho hello Whiny.
Hello.
Udini ya dan Adogoyi.
Yeah, Abogoyi.
Abogoyi, okay. Okay, so free him.
But I make a sort of Kumasi.
Okay, yenti you.
I'm say Ghana the econo. I am ya. So NDC MPP. Omo the year diagro because Oma say system no. Nanado yenya gidie man say obetumi abeboa ama system na nyen wo ya 2 point. Oba yen so no wakati na ni aguso mama bo kro no ma e famon. John mama ba ayi nanado ba yen so no wo ye nyama basa ama MPP fo nyina ni magu ase. Because we share judicial system enye e ho na problem no wo obi disika ye ka yenya ka say yen hwehwemu pe eno wa no yen hwehwemu bi mu ja no wese no mo nka ho asem ye judges na omo di asem ni yie no obi enu ka oboso eti politicians ni ye ka na omo sere omo nim say e ho na problem no e wo enti no mu journalist na say mo ka na ye judges no omo nka no omo di asem ni yie
Adogo ya me last call am memfa unsi ha na fei enti me for phobia ebio honorable I ma 3 minutes na me ma honorable James so 3 minutes final comment na fei I'm sorry.
Hey, me pese Google information wa be kan ma with you for
kasa batwa kasa
na me kan you so be read
West cholera outbreak you bet me to TV no so mo bia kan bi 243 deaths. Ghana recorded its worst outbreak of cholera in 2014 with 8 out of its 10 regions being affected. The cholera outbreak started in June 2014 and continued to 2015. By the end of January 2015, when the outbreak was finally contained, over 28,000 cases with 243 deaths had been recorded in all 10 regions of Ghana.
Exactly. It's the no me born. The no me born. And we no be catch you say, omo no come to manage COVID better. Cholera outbreak.
No, but the comparison to what has happened previously and where we are now.
Ubisa question me say, omo ankom be day.
Yes.
No, or the prescription buy. And I mean, more who say, omo ankai would have been worse. To me, started the example of cholera. Can't would grow a while around. They could not manage it, and said you Google ya a different dance here. I was me one. 243 lives were lost. So, it is Sayariaba. Emma, Ubiani, Etutuatonism, Ubia April, say Ubinya, a dronibi. Government to government and stop in terms of people should do their due diligence. Government to government negotiations are still going on. What is it, Nancy Akram said? Joe Biden's America for better about, is it 500 million doses normal at the chair? Other countries. It will be a pedronibi. However, one source are all torn in also me, the media may turn through this agency. Russia, almost RB, is it IF or FI? I don't know.
RDIF.
Yes. This is the agency that manufactured drone, but agency Everton a drone. Agency no one main agents. Omne no more dealing to Bibiana. You have to deal with these people. You near break as of mine. I perceive so yariana. Is this the time? You better not say bobo this kinds of things when I say near bra. I thought to say, because this is the time we bring ideas on board. If you are coming here, better how we now. Oh, we cry me name reliable person be with me. I bring a drone be. You could him na yampa say yeah. We can deal with you. Why not?
Na mo ya ban amoja adwenkyere.
And
COVID by there was a technical COVID response technical team by the NDC. I don't know how you collaborated with them.
Masa, and I make a choice say. Would say opposite your fair, and I'm sure say, will be a cholera. Doctor Biba,
I am fat.
Bayan Casa, Mammy Casa. So, I'm 3 minutes.
Oh, 1 minute.
Oh, what would anyway? Me dress is here. Me yare, yes, a doctor way, and a may operation. Doctor way, or where Mr. A no, who we are, or where Mr. B no, who we are, or where Mr. C no, who we are, only a so me. Meprim and Abraham. Meprim and Abraham. Never. It didn't miss that example. So, but the bottom line is, almost technical committee so come setting the benefits on a bus. Again, measures are binding to a queen. Immediately, or man criticize. See, the Omachi and inquire doubt if your man goes school and control exams and we enter university. Did they not kick against it? Your cousin crying cost to your decision, but go making your cost to actual measures in Bibiano. Did they not kick against it?
Honorable James.
You are Miss Rowe. I'm sorry. Dikai, your position very clear. Say, NDC is see quite, say, a bind no beshe, ma edu papa, to say Tibia Baba, the boy and Crawford in here. In painful far, Bobby. But don't do not come, and a friend of Monsankai. Until I'm fact, be so critical commission of being paying anything is Kabia, yadi. Meanwhile, you're 2 way. I'm a former member of parliament. On your binding. Muslim business and Kayama, a committee for Nibi.
And I sit in member of parliament.
Near Namabata. I buy you a former member of parliament. You have no information in the government. I buy your chopos when you be. So we a minister be
he speaks.
Maybe Batia. I buy you, former member of parliament. I will MPP. I buy none of the country. Intimacy or APB because you have no privy of details about binding.
I am a member of the National Communications Team of MPP.
And
information be me I get it from the appropriate source.
Your serial quality of phone. No.
Communication team is different from.
Will allow me to talk. Me mommy you know what you say. You see, we are local copy. You pay a bit chair. No, Tibioka Konimbi. And also open quiet. Thank you. Intino, a money creating impression say, or the Traha, or ne ubi our cascasa. Mizubinim, or minia, many push your border, me constitution. But then say, Unia Bem, we are former member of parliament. The NDC, don't simply, you can't work a cholera. Upas or did you turn your cholera on waka for a day? Meaning, I may say, me a James Samway, me a member of parliament. Now, me a former deputy minister for roads and highways, and this Abreso. Now, Yabeka no kwa semen mu bibie hu we have integrity to protect. What's an uncle for your as altercation? Ebufu bi anim. Me ndi na tem to say those crime income. I'm not going to do that. Me as one mechanic was a genuine kind. So ba now condemn NDC for your problems. That's my worry. Your problems now NDC for no come there. I won't sit down here and happy. No, as some abany and come as some guy. Na yan communicate your elections ma propaganda na for there. But there can yes do mean Yakasi answer, yes, say. Then they see a bino quine. Who's I when you brief details in Utiminga. Then they see a bino quine. I'm on tone free directly from Sergeant's night or more Edu because you know, Russia, Mamma was in Bobby. Nay, 2 more was in free. I had then in a person talk with agents who are moving facility in Vermont. But because of first I'm dying, the baby and on per
my experience was a government to government and in Akoso. And I'm saying, earliest I was put my level. It's 2022, and yet he's asking. Said then you see a bank.
On privy to information. When you're communication that we are serial caller is different. But the issue is that the issue is that you are not the government. It's not true. Government to government.
Government means what?
Government to government. You are not saying that government means what? There's an agency. Rest of them be free. Then they sequence a Ghana buying through Ministry of Health or whatever, and I say health services. How many sergeants in India? Can you imagine? Go to the airport there. You are buying agencies. You are privatizing in my frontier.
Okay.
So this government, information.
Honorable Isaac J. Mensah, member of parliament for Wasa East, former deputy minister for roads and highways. That's Honorable Benjamin Kofiaye, former member of parliament for Upper Dentra West. Yeah, sorry, so. And right now, I would that Mamitra Diamond. Happy belated birthday to you. And then so I would that Ejapoku me producer director Welbeck Kofi Ampedu o Asanteman Edapoku o Asanteman happy birthday to you and appear chum dan so and then wa just hospital e Kaswa happy birthday to you Ato Kwame na me did the chief Jerry Fortin Welbeck Ampedu Priscilla Nana Kwame Israel sound camera guys light MCR obia yecheche obibia ye do bibia asina me aduma na wo just said Nnawotwi Yi the bebro am I room free say the price for greatness is responsibility.